Hey there, Dan Brown here, Senior Service Consultant at MGE and partner at Bloomberg Digital, the digital marketing company that's servicing numerous MGE clients across the US and Canada with their digital marketing goals and needs. You know, it's been a little while since you've heard from me, and that's not due to the lack of things to discuss. Big things have been happening in the marketing world that I can't wait to tell you about today. Now, you're going to hear some of this today and some in some future videos. Now, today I want to talk to you about some topics I've been asked about over the past couple of weeks that have left many people, many of you, a little concerned, a little confused, and I'm going to clear those things up. Now, here are some of the things I've been hearing that I'm going to be addressing in this message. So, first question I've been being asked, hey, why does my marketing team keep asking me to raise my ad budget? We're going to take that up. Hey, Dan, why do costs per click keep going higher and higher? We're going to take that up. Dan, why has search traffic to my website suddenly dropped? Great question. We're going to take that up. And lastly, what is this Google algorithm update thing I keep hearing about? Well, these are just a few of the questions you all have brought to my attention. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, then you definitely need to leave your finger off the cursor, keep this video rolling, and watch until the end. You should probably actually grab a notepad and a pen because you're going to want to remember the pointers I'm about to discuss. These are vital, and you need to know what's new and what you should do. Okay, so now the first topic I want to talk about is the rising cost per click in the advertising world. Okay, so last year during the pandemic, many businesses experienced a dip in the cost of online ads. Basically, the CPMs dropped heavily. And what is a CPM? CPM simply means cost per thousand impressions. Okay, and cost per thousand impressions is a term used in the online advertising and marketing community relating to web traffic. It refers to the cost of traditional advertising or internet marketing or email advertising campaigns where advertisers pay each time an ad is displayed. That's an impression. Okay, so this decrease in cost for online ads at that time during the pandemic occurred because many businesses stopped marketing efforts across all social platforms amid a rising concern over an uncertain future. Okay, and you guys saw it. We told you to take advantage of it, jump on the boat, double your marketing budget, and many of you did, and you're in a great place because of it. Everybody stopped advertising, you went whole hog, and look at you now. Okay. But things have changed. That break is now over, and online ads and social media prices have rebounded. Ad agency experts predict social media costs to accelerate parallel to consumer confidence, which doesn't seem to be slowing down anytime soon. In fact, costs for online ads are actually higher right now than just prior to the pandemic. And, this space is actually busier than I've seen in a long time. So if your paid ads account manager is harassing you to increase your ad budget, don't be offended or consider that that person is trying to cheat you out of money. No, this comes with good reason. The costs to acquire enough traffic to make you happy and acquire return on investment, ROI, from your marketing efforts is truly increasing. Okay, my recommendation again, increase your budget. Right now, marketing isn't who's best. It's who's there first and who's there loudest. If you want to rise above your competition and all the other noise, increase your budget. Okay, next topic I want to talk about is the recent Google algorithm update. Yeah, it sounds kind of weird and scary, and it always does. No, this doesn't mean that any SEO investment you've made to date is now wasted. Google they roll out these updates about every 6 months, okay? So not to worry about. They let us know when it's going to happen. They tell us what to think about, and then they roll it out. Yeah, there's some surprises now and again, but no, this one's been predicted. Okay, so this one, which just finished a couple of weeks ago, has been highly anticipated for quite some time. So hopefully your team has been on this. If you've got an SEO team, hopefully they've been predicting and preparing for it. Now, this particular update simply means that Google has increased the number of qualifying signals it requires for websites to achieve high keyword ranking. And as a result, help people find the best information available, which is Google's main goal. If you're working with top-notch SEO specialists, they're definitely aware of this update and should be actively working to tweak their strategy to remain on par with the current standards, if they haven't already done that already. Now, there are approximately 200 factors that go into how high you rank on Google, okay? So, it works like this. You've got your reviews, the number of reviews, the frequency in which you add reviews, your review rating. Those are 3 of those 200 factors. They aren't the most important. And of those 3, it's not how many reviews or what your star rating is, which is the most important. It's how frequently you're adding reviews, which is most important. So you've just got to know these different indexes which exist to determine your organic ranking on Google. Okay, so what are the top ones? Well, high quality backlinking and optimizing the architecture of your website for keywords is probably where you want to start. The factors of high quality backlinks and website architecture are the top of the list. But now Google has found a new way to determine how helpful a web page is to its users. It's called page experience. Now, because Google's chief objective is to offer the best experience to its visitors, it truly only makes sense to take into account the actual page experience of the websites it chooses to rank. So, what exactly is page experience? Well, page experience signals are signals that measure how people perceive the experience of interacting with a web page. Google wants to prioritize pages that offer the best experience to its users. So how can you optimize your website's page experience? Well, one way is to sign up for Google Search Console. It's free. And it has a page experience report generated by Google that will tell you if your page has a good experience or not, and go through all your pages and let you know. According to Google, an acceptable page experience has good core web vitals, no mobile issues, and the page is secure. I'm going to go through a few of these here. So let's talk about security. This means you want to make sure that your website domain has HTTPS in front of it and not just HTTP. Okay? And that's a vital one. It's super cheap to get that security accreditation. It's like $40, $60, $70 a year. But it makes all the difference in the world to your site's security. It used to be something that people would perceive and be a little bit concerned when they didn't see that security. Now, Google has made that a big deal. So make sure you've got that HTTPS. Okay. Now, I said mobile friendly. Yeah, mobile friendly. What is mobile friendly? Well, your website needs to adjust based on the device that's searching your site, okay? So if the person's searching from a phone, a tablet, a small laptop, a big desktop, you want to make sure that it adjusts. It's called responsive. It's responsive to the device that's viewing it. But now more than ever, people are looking from their mobile devices. So it needs to be mobile friendly and not just adjusting, but properly spaced, big enough font, etc. Okay, and the last point is you want to make sure that there's no, I'm going to give you a word here. It's called interstitial pop-ups. Okay, now these are pop-ups that announce something or require that the person browsing act before they continue to browse. That really upsets people. It upsets me. It probably upsets you. You want to make sure that it doesn't have anything that's going to require me to engage or do something in order to see the website. Okay, now Google's going to penalize you if you're not creating a safe space for visitors when they're browsing and submitting information on your site. And page experience doesn't just apply to how your site is viewed on a desktop. There are additional qualifying factors specific to mobile devices that impact a mobile page experience, such as elements being spaced too close together. How annoying is that, right? You can barely see things. Everything kind of blends together. Another one, if the content is wider than the screen and I need to move my screen in order to read the content, not good. What if the text is too small? Not good. Today people want to browse and they want to browse quickly. If your text is too small, I got to zoom in, I have to grab my glasses. This isn't a great experience, okay? These are all things you can find out by using Google Search Console. And you can use the reports to identify specific opportunities to improve the page experience of your website. Core Web Vitals include fast page speed. If it takes a long time to load your website's content, this is obviously negatively impacting a person's page experience. And you can test your website's speed for free by visiting Google's Page Speed Insights. Just type in Page Speed Insights in your Google browser. Plug in your website into the web page URL bar. Okay, it'll tell you what site do you want to analyze and just plug your site in. If the results you find aren't in the green category, meaning your scores aren't hitting between 90 and 100, your website needs work. Now, how can you improve these vitals and your page speed? Well, one way is to upgrade your website, which you should do about every 2 years. Another thing you can do is just change your web hosting company. And I can give you suggestions on who to go to for great websites and fast web hosting. Just email me at danb@mgeonline.com if you want to know. Even before this update officially rolled out, there was already a positive correlation between top websites who improved their page experience and improved SEO and conversions. So WPO Stats, which stands for Web Performance Optimization Stats, is a website that reports case studies where web performance optimization impacts user experience and business metrics. And it recently reported that when a leading TV station increased its page load speed by 55%, it saw a 50% reduction in bounce rate. Now, bounce is where somebody goes and then they disappear. They get out of there within about 5 to 8 seconds. They say, that's not for me, and they leave. So they reduced their bounce rate by increasing their page speed. Same with a technology company that specializes in e-commerce. It increased its page load speed by 55% and saw a 23% increase in average session time. Okay, that's huge. There are dozens of other businesses who experienced similar results. Top websites of all industries are improving their page experience, not only for the sake of improving their SEO, but because doing so ultimately helps them generate more customers. Improving the experience of your website helps you show up on Google while simultaneously helping you satisfy people's visiting experience to your website and checking out what you have to offer. Now, you might be wondering, how important is page experience in comparison to the hundreds of other ranking signals? Well, here's what Google has to say about this matter. Quote, "The page experience update introduces a new signal that our search algorithms will use alongside hundreds of other signals to determine the best content to show in response to a query. Our systems will continue to prioritize pages with the best information overall, even if some aspects of the page experience are subpar. A good page experience doesn't override having great, relevant content." Okay, now did you just hear what they said? Let's start with a translation here. Here are a couple of takeaways from the statement. The pages with the best information overall will always have priority. This reemphasizes that content is still king in the eyes of the algorithm. If you have excellent page experience with poor quality information, it's unlikely you'll outperform your competitors in terms of search rankings. There are hundreds of signals that Google uses, and page experience is just one of them. So this aspect alone is likely not enough to make or break your site. However, if two sites are equal in terms of how well they've incorporated all these signals, it's likely that the one that has a better page experience will prevail over the competitor. Therefore, and in conclusion, I recommend taking a look at your website's page experience right now so you don't fall victim to this update. The algorithm that just rolled out finished June 12th, but a second update is due sometime in July. If you've already hired a top-notch marketing company, they should be all over these things, and you should be able to ask them about any of these topics I've discussed to verify your marketing is getting the attention it needs. Otherwise, I'm always happy to help where I can. As many of you probably know, I'm a bit of a master at picking apart websites and finding various elements that can be improved. So if you want my help in analyzing your site's page experience, just email me. Also, if you need a new website, email me. I'll tell you who the best guys are in the industry. And if you need any marketing help at all, email me. I want to help. My email again is danb@mgeonline.com. Okay, So with all that, what else should you be doing? Well, if you want to please prospective new patients and your existing patients and keep them on your site, get going right now with video if you haven't already. If you have, then keep it going and go strong. Now, what videos should be there? Well, I'm going to list a few that I would put on your site. First, and top of the list is patient testimonials. Next, I do an office tour just to give people a little feel of what the place looks like, and don't be boring when you do it. I'll give you some examples if you want. Another one or ones would be owner and provider interviews. Talk to your hygienist, talk to your associate docs. You know, the owner, give a little talk about who you are and why you're in dentistry and what do you like best about dentistry, etc. Also, videos, with data about services you offer. You present treatment every day and you answer the same questions. Well, if Bob comes in and he wants to go talk to Mary, his wife, about the treatment presentation and the whole treatment plan that he needs, well, instead of relying on Bob to relay it to Mary, why don't we just have a link that Mary can watch about crowns, about implants, about all-on-fours, about veneers, about whatever. Okay, so data on services that you offer. I would also have videos about common things to know about these services, such as the 5 things one should consider when looking at Invisalign versus traditional braces, something like that, and a lot more. I would have videos of your amazing before and after results, like a compilation of before and after and a little story, before and after, a little story. Hopefully you could incorporate some testimonials in that, and we could help you with that. It's editing. You just got to get us the content. And then any community or charity activities you and your team are involved in. So, you guys are out there doing things for the groups that you're associated with, featuring other local businesses. What are you doing? Well, take advantage of it and feature it. Fun aspects of your practice that make you the one to choose over any other practices. Anything that you guys do that's kind of fun. It could be a little bit dorky, a little bit goofy. It doesn't all have to be, stiff and rehearsed. And truly anything else. I want you to just have fun with this. I've said it before. I'm going to keep saying it. Video is like pizza. Even when it's bad, it's still pretty good. So don't worry about the quality. Shoot on the camera you have. It's probably going to be your phone. We'll get it edited. We'll make it look nice. Put some music on it. That's all you need. Everybody knows you are a small business owner. You're not a big corporate. You're not Aspen or any of these other guys. And that's what they love about you. So don't worry about that. All right. Now, where should these videos be? Well, I'm going to tell you, they should be everywhere. You want to host them on YouTube. So you want to upload it to YouTube. It's totally free, costs you nothing. And then you're going to embed those YouTube videos on your website, on Facebook, on Instagram, on your Google My Business profile, on your Google My Business postings, and yes, even TikTok. I said it, and I'm going to keep saying it. It's there, whether you like it or not. If you don't have access to those platforms, don't understand those platforms, we can help you out. I can help you with getting going on any of this stuff. Just shoot me an email. Sometimes it's a lot to think about initially, but once you get the workflow going, it gets easier and easier. And, I know having access to video and how to do this stuff is a little bit uncomfortable to some people, but I have access to a video editor. I have access to make this easy for you. I've got some tips on all this stuff. Just get it going. Get it going, and I'll show you some examples of guys that did it imperfectly, and they're killing it as a result, and they're just getting better and better over time. So, get some testimonials, get some interviews in, some general office tours done. I got a shoot team now that actually wants to come to your office and help you with some doctor interviews and line up a few testimonials and get an office tour done. So all this is available. You just need to know that if I'm going to visit your practice virtually, not walk in, but virtually, I want to see some video. I want to see who the providers are. I want to see what you guys look like. I want to interview you a little bit without you knowing. So that's video. Okay, well, that about wraps up this video. Just remember, marketing is a forever evolving industry. And that's why you guys have to, connect up with gurus and people like me who involve themselves with it heavily and help you stay up to date so you don't have to spend your precious free time doing all this research. I hope you found this video helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Dan Brown signing out.